Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Connie Douglas from Great Stampin' with Connie. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Canada, and I would like to welcome you to CraftSpot. And I'm already dry. I have been trying to drink some water, but oh my gosh, it started early today. Anyway, Wednesday afternoon, and it is the first Wednesday of a new month. We're into August, which is nice, I suppose, but oh, it's kind of the last part of summer. So, excuse me, already the nights are cooler here, although we still get lovely days. So I'm enjoying the lovely days. We're going to stick with that. Anyway, it is the first Wednesday of the month. So CraftSpot today is actually a free online class. I have a class for you today, 3 cards. And if you would like to follow along and recreate these cards with things from your stash, you are absolutely invited to do so. If you would like to have a free kit with all the pieces prepared, you can have that too. So I will be using the Country Flowers bundle today. And if you want to make your cards like mine, you will want to have the Country Flowers bundle. If you don't have that bundle, you could order that through my online store. I'd love to have you shop with me. If you shop with me and you place a minimum $35 order, I will send you all the pieces to make the cards that I'm demonstrating today. I will not die cut the pieces from the bundle dies. So you would need the bundle to do that. But if you're using a different bundle from your stash, then you already have different dies. So that's why I don't die cut them, because I don't want to cut a shape and then you don't have the stamp, but you have a different stamp and shape die, and it just doesn't all work out. So I'll leave that to you. I will send you the cardstock to use for those things. And you can stamp and die cut them with whatever you have. Or if you would like to use the Country Flowers bundle and you have it, that's awesome. And if you don't, perhaps, you could put that onto your order. And so, as I say, $35 order, and I will send you the kit. You must use my current host code, and you'll find all that information in the description below this Facebook thing. Post, not Facebook thing, Facebook post. Anyway, so I will have it all there for you. And if your order is over $60, I will also send you a free package of gems for the cards that we're making today. So I don't include gems in the kit. There's some ribbon in this, so I will send you the ribbon. It's a bow, and I will even tie it for you. I always tie the bows for my kits for people, just to make their life a little bit easier. But I don't send the gems, but I will send you a whole package of gems if your order is $60 or more. Okay, if you are joining me, say hello. Love to see that you're here and watching. And if you like what you see, maybe hit that little thumbs up guy on the bottom, or the hearts. That's always helpful to me and my small business. So let's get to crafting, shall we? Just going to do this, and I am going to move over to here. All righty, so as I mentioned, we are using the Country Flowers bundle today. So this is it's a lovely bundle. It's got it's interesting. There was 2 bundles, well, there might have been 3 actually, but I only remember 2 that we could have chosen at on stage. And I thought, oh, I really like the dies from the Spotlight on Nature set, so I'll go with that one. And yeah, I didn't know whether I really liked this one or not. Well, by the end of on stage, I was in love with this one and had to own it as soon as I could. So yeah, it's become one of the ones that I'm really glad that I have. So that's what we're going to use today. And let's just start with this. So here is our first card. And I have my bin upside down. I will be totally lost and confused. Oh, and I was going to do a little bit of die cutting. And where did I put I have my little mini cut and emboss machine. It's just here. I'm just going to grab it, get it a little bit closer. so that it's ready to go. Hopefully, oh, I have more stuff that I'm using today and more things kind of in the way, not in the way, but close at hand. Okay, so we are starting with a wild wheat card base, and that's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then I have a piece of cherry cobbler, and this is oops. Oh, first I have yes, that's better. So I have a piece of pebbled path, and it is 5 by 3 3/4. And then I have a piece of cherry cobbler that is 4 7/8 by 3 5/8. And hopefully you can see that I have embossed it. That is the, oh dear, I want to say Waves, but I think it's called So Swirly. Waves is, that was a different one. I'm just gonna grab this here. Pretty sure it's So Swirly. Oh, good, great. There we go. Yes, So Swirly. Okay, so if you place that $35 order from my online store using my current host code, I will send you these pieces. I will emboss this. Okay, so you don't have to have the So Swirly embossing folder to have it just like mine. Okay, just so you know. And then we have some pieces of cardstock. So we have some wild wheat so that we can stamp our stool for our flower pot to sit on. And I am using wild wheat ink. Okay. Just going to ink it up with wild wheat. And I'm going to stamp it on here. So all of the cards today, all 3 cards will have some of the 2023 to 2025 in colors. Okay, and I'm going to put those in colors together with some other colors, because the in colors, as much as they go together really beautifully, you can certainly mix and match them with other colors from our color palette. Okay, so I'm just going to get this on here. Now, sometimes I put, and maybe I should because I'm kind of leaning a little bit funny and on camera and all the rest of it, but I'm going to be brave and give this a go. I have to do it a second time, then I will I will put some washi tape on it to hold it. I'm just going to put that there and feed it through. It's going to wiggle, okay? I apologize. Okay. Little bit of wiggling and jiggling. It's telling me that my internet connection's not stable. I have no idea why. I hope it's coming through okay. The weather is totally lovely. Sometimes I don't understand it. There we go. So there's our stool. Okay. And then same idea with a piece of pebbled path. And but I have already stamped and cut that just to save a little bit of time. Then I'm going to bring in some white, and one of the stamps from the set. Okay. Again, I'm using wild wheat ink. Ink that up. That onto here. Okay. And to color this, I don't remember whether I sprayed that on the stamping scrub or not. I should clean this one while I got it. So so nothing goes awry, as they say. Okay, now to color this, I am going to use a few different things. So I have Stampin' Write marker. This is wild wheat, and I'm just going to use this just because I just want to color in the center of these flowers quickly. There's just two little circles there, and I'm just going to color them in. And then going to do some coloring with blender pens. Okay, so these are something that I have suggested that everybody needs in their craft stash because they are marvelous for filling in little gaps in your stamping and things. But they're also great for coloring. So I'm going to put some cherry cobbler ink onto the edge of this end of this block. Okay, now some people go right into the ink pad, but there's liquid in these. I believe it's glycerin, but don't quote me because I don't know that for an absolute fact. But I believe it is glycerin. And so my thought is that if there's something in there, if I put this directly into my ink pad, I could be transferring some of what's in here to my ink pad, and I don't want to do that. So that's why I put my ink onto a separate block. Okay, so with blender pens, if you have never used them, you pick up the ink and then you just color with them. And the longer you color without actually adding more ink, the lighter it becomes. You can see that this edge of the flowers now is lighter than the other. So then you can just pick up a little more ink. And then if you want it very dark, you can grab some more and you can see that that is quite dark and definitely more dense. Okay, so you would just continue to color your flowers however you like. You don't have to do them any particular way. You don't have to do them the way that I have done them. It's just one suggestion. Certainly not the only suggestion. When you want to clean your blender pen, and you can use these on different colors. You may have noticed I have mine labeled. So this is all my reds, just because I use them frequently for many different projects. So I just figure I will set up one blender pen for each project or for each color. And then that seems to work well for me. So, but to clean this, then you just get a scrap paper and kind of roll it around, and you can see that the color is becoming less intense. And then there's no color left. And so now that's been cleaned. And then you can just put the cap on. Okay, so I'm not going to finish coloring that because I figure you don't need to watch that. Hopefully you've got the idea of how to do it. And then once you are finished that, you would die cut it and you would have this. Ta-da! Okay. Don't you love the wonders of technology, or pre-planning, I guess was what I called it, because that's really what it is. The sentiment I'm going to use for this is sending love. Okay. I'm just going to stamp that right into the center there. And then I'm going to use the double oval punch to punch that out. The smaller oval. Here we go. Put this in here. So I will send you these punched pieces and then you can just stamp on it. So you don't need to worry about owning this punch, but it's one that you really should own. It's fabulous. And because it's got the two pieces, it's super easy for layering. You know, can you see? Oops, it's not in the picture. There we go. I have a pebbled path border on that. So here, look, I have a piece of pebbled path cardstock. Just going to push this all the way in. Make sure you push all the way in because you want to have enough border on the edge there that you won't see. So now I have an extra plain oval. I can just put that aside for crafting with another time. This is going to go on here. No one will ever know that we punched that out of there. But we did. Okay, so that's how we did that. Alrighty, we are ready to assemble. So, side a little bit, fold our card base in half. Grab my bone folder. And then I'm going to use liquid glue for this. Hope I have enough liquid glue in here. I have another one that I put in my bag for the weekend. Last weekend, and I haven't pulled it out yet. So this is one of those embossing folders that every time I look at it, I never know which is the supposed upside, which means it really could go either direction. So this one is going in this direction. And now often I would do this with my glue, but I'm not going to this time because I don't want to end up with glue there, right? So I'm going to put this in, and I'm hoping I really should have my silicone mat down because I don't know. I think I'm okay. I don't want anything from the edge, and I don't think I had it too far to the edge, but I just can't always be certain. There we go. We've got that in place. I'm just going to turn it over and give it a nice press. Okay, and now we are ready to put all of our little accessories up in here. So you just kind of want to decide how far up you're going to go with this. I think that will work. So that's probably about where I want this. I'm going to pull my stool out while I leave my pot there so that I can kind of see where I want it. Okay. And it's going to tuck it back up underneath there. There we go. And now I have my placement. Some glue on the pot. I'm using liquid glue on here again because this is embossed, so I want to make sure it holds nicely. If you use tape runner, sometimes if you're just hitting some of the high spots, it's you don't get it everywhere, and so then it can be a little bit tricky to get it to stick. So liquid glue solves that problem by oozing in everywhere into all the little crevices. So this Country Flowers stamp set is also the set that I will be using for my August class this month. So if you have it, you could get the class as well. And then you will have 4 additional cards that we make with it. So lots of crafting with this set. I think I'm going to turn this one a little bit so that you can see that handle. There we go. And then I am just going to attach this to my little frame piece. And then put the sentiment on with dimensionals. as well. I'm gonna put this flat onto my card base at this point, I think. So now we can put glue all over the back. So it'll be all held down really well. And putting our card base back in. This right there. There we go. And then, oh, I know I had the gems out. Here they are, trying to hide on me. So these are the gems. They are the 2023 to 2025 in color opaque sparkle dots. And they are lovely. They're nice and shiny. And if your order is $60 or more, I will send you a full package of these. So you will have lots for the 3 cards that I send in your kit, as well as additional crafting afterwards. So there we go. Okay, card number 1. Okay, moving on. This is the second card. So for this one, we have boho blue card base, and it is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Okay, standard North American sizing. Okay. And then I have a piece of old olive, and it is 5 by 3 3/4. And I have embossed it with the birch wood 3D embossing folder. And you're going, birch wood? What? Which one is that? This is in the brand new upcoming fall mini catalog. So it is not live for customers yet. It is coming. It will go live at the beginning of September. But it was from the suite that we used for Creativity Now. So as a demonstrator, we get special events that we can attend. And one of them is Creativity Now. It's all crafting. And we also had the option to buy the bundle or the suite that went along with what we were crafting with. So I got the suite, and the suite includes this embossing folder. So you get to play with it before you can even buy it. So if you don't have it and you like it and you want to include it in your order, you won't be able to this time. Unless you are, oh no, if you are a demonstrator, you could order it, but not through me, which means that wouldn't earn you the class. So you won't be able to order it as part of your order for this class, but you will be able to order it in September. So know that it is coming. Okay, so on here, I did the kettle with lemon lolly, and I stamped with lemon lolly, but I was thinking maybe I should stamp it with old olive. So I thought I would switch it up a little bit this time. So this time we are using 2 other in colors, boho blue and moody mauve. So last time we used the wild wheat and the pebbled path, and we mixed those with cherry cobbler. This time we are using boho blue and moody mauve, and we're mixing it with old olive and lemon lolly. Okay, and while I'm here, I'm going to stamp my sentiment. best friend ever. And I hope that each and every one of you have someone that you could send a card like that to, because it's wonderful to have a best friend or a few. If you are truly blessed, you will have a few best friends. Those gal pals that you're really, really close with. I have three such friends that I'm truly blessed to spend time with. So, okay, there we go. There's the old olive on that. Okay, now I'm just going to set that up there for a moment, and I'm going to bring my cut and emboss, my little mini guy, back in once more. Whoops, sorry. It's going to wiggle and jiggle you, and look, I already wiggled and jiggled you. And I'm going to cut out this teapot. Say, using all of it, it's easier to see where to line this up. It was a little bit tricky using the lemon lolly on the lemon lolly. Okay, here comes the wiggle and the jiggle. I apologize. Okay. Oh, inside of the pot handle. Okay, so we're going to build this on here. And then the other thing that I have a little basket for all my little bits. So I pre-cut all of these little bits. I've got a couple other little pieces in here. Maybe I'll just dump this stuff all out and put the ones back that aren't part of this card. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of leaves and flowers, and that's far more than I need, but I was just I thought, well, I'm just going to cut a whole bunch and then build as I go. So I'm going to put my teapot down flat on here. This Moody Mauve circle has been die cut with the dies from Spotlight on Nature, which was the other set that they had at on stage, and it was the one that I chose. So I got these dies there and love them, and I really like the stamp set for that one as well. We used that for our online retreat. So if you were part of it, that's what that one was. But I will send this to you. Okay, I will die cut that and send it to you because it is not part of the Country Flowers suite. So anything that I've used that's not part of Country Flowers, I would make sure to put into your kit. And that kit, again, you can get for free with any $35 purchase from my online store. And if your order is $60 or more, I will also send you a free package of the gems that I'm using today. Okay, so I also put some leaves down here. I'm going to do that again. I kind of like those trailing down. Just add a little extra. Let me get covered up by a flower, so right about there. Let it dangle. Okay, now next little trick tidbit for you. Glue dots. They are fabulous when you are adhering little bits and pieces like these flowers. You just, oh, that probably was not in the camera, was it? So I'm just gonna put the cardstock flower onto the glue dot, and then I just pull it off and stick it down wherever I would like it. Super quick and easy. And you can just go crazy and put these anywhere you like. That's what I'm gonna do here. About yeah. You know, before I go too far, I'm going to grab some mini glue dots. I thought I had some out, but I don't know where they've gone. Maybe I'll put them back in here. Sounds very organized, but, and I'm just going to one of these about here. Okay, so these are going to pop this up more than the glue dots. The glue dots sit pretty flat, but the dimensionals will give this some extra pop. That's right. If you are going to try and put a dimensional onto the small flowers from these die cuts, you may want to kind of reconsider that. They're very tiny. You would have to cut it. I have leaves and gaps, and I'm not sure what I want here. Oh, this would be Felix coming in for a pass through. Keep going there, bud. Thank you. This guy should have been down a little bit, I think. Maybe I can still get him off of here. There's a glue dot, so I'm just reaching in with my fingernail to try and get that glue dot all off of there. And then I'm just going to put it down in a little bit. Tuck it in a little bit closer. Yeah, that's a little bit better. I think I'm going to stop there. So again, you can put as many or as few on as you like. And then I am just going to glue this down flat onto my card. Oop. There we go. Right about there. And then this time, I think I'm going to cut the ends of my sentiment on an angle. Just to be a little different. Just because. Yeah. I have kind of dangling edge of it. So we'll do that with at least the last pointy bit of this. Right about. There we go. Bring our gems back in, and this time I'm going to use the Moody Mauve gems. put these, and just sprinkling them around wherever we like. Go. Okay, there's our second card. Some extra bits, but that's okay. And card number 3 is a fancy fold. This was one that was shared recently by Linda Yamamoto. So she's another Canadian demonstrator, and she had this. So this card opens, when the glue isn't sticky, opens like this. So just a little bit of a fun fold, just for something different. Oh, a little bit not in the picture. Okay, there we go. I think this is better, isn't it? There we go. So just like that. All right, so you will need a trimmer for this one, okay, because you will have to, I will send you sort of standard pieces and you will have to cut them yourself. So standard card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Okay. And then where have I hidden my trimmer? Oh, far away. Not really far away. Just over on the other side of the table there. Okay. So what we are going to do for this, just get this into the picture. Okay, so I am going to put the top crease onto the center, the groove of the cutter, okay? And then I am going to, okay, so you have to kind of think this through. You want it to cut over here, so I am going to come over to the 1 inch mark that's not in the camera. Okay, I could just flip it over, couldn't I? Okay, I think I can do it this way. So if I put this in the center groove, and then I put this, the bottom corner, so the opposite corner at the 1 inch mark. Okay. Now, because we're cutting into angles, you want to start your cut in the center of your cardstock so you don't smush the starting point. Okay. There we go. And so there is our card base. Okay. Now this piece, this is copper clay. This piece of copper clay we will not be using. So this is just a scrap that you can use for some additional crafting. Okay. Then I have a piece of Night of Navy cardstock. And this one is 5 1/4 by 4. And I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to put this top corner in the groove, and I'm going to put the bottom corner on the 1 inch mark of my trimmer. Okay. Oops. I'm going to start my blade in the center. Okay. Now, this is going to go on the front. Okay. This triangle that we cut off, we are going to use. Okay, so you want to keep that with everything you're getting ready. Then I have a piece of designer series paper, and this is the Countryside Inn paper. And it is 5 inches by 3 3/4 inches. And it does have an up and a down. It's little flowers, so make sure you check for that. Again, top corner in the cutting groove, opposite bottom corner on the 1 inch line. Okay, so this is the 1 inch line. And there's the groove. Okay, blade in the middle. cut up, cut down. And again, you're going to use both of these pieces. Okay, so you want to keep both of those. Okay, then we have a piece of basic white cardstock. It's 5¼ by 4. And we have a piece of basic white that is from the Spotlight on Nature circle. So this will be die cut in your kit. Okay, already. You don't need to worry about the circle. It will be there for you. Okay, so time to start. Well, you know what? Let's do some stamping and then we'll just assemble everything, okay? So on this circle, I am going to bring in another one of the floral stamps from the Country Flowers stamp set. And I'm going to stamp it in copper clay. Okay. Just going to put this down towards the bottom here. Go. Oh. And then I'm going to come in. This time we are going to combine our boho blue, which is one of the in colors, and copper clay, which is one of the in colors, with Night of Navy and peach pie. Now, peach pie, you might go, hey, that's an in color. It is indeed, but it's not from the 2023 to 2025 in colors. It's the 2024 to 2026 in colors. So it will be around for a year after these in colors. And my sentiment, so lucky to know you. Now you can swap out these sentiments if they're not what you're wanting. That's certainly fine. Just need to fit it into this area. There we go. So, you know, best friend ever would not work here. Okay, and then I am going to bring in a little more coloring. And I'm going to color with some Stampin' Blend. So I have dark peach pie that I'm going to use. And I am just going to color these flowers completely with dark peach pie. I'm not going to do blending on these because they are so very small. You can just use these markers to color with just because they're lovely for coloring. So that's what I'm doing this time. When we used the blender pen, we got shading and tones and everything right from the one blender pen. How much ink we picked up. With the blender pens, you can get shading and tone and contrast and things, but you need to use the light and the dark and combine things and maybe even your color lifter. And I'm not doing that on these little itty bitty bits. So we'll just be adding color. And I know it's not entirely realistic, but we've got boho blue leaves. What can I say? Card making, right? We can do whatever we wish, I think. There are no rules, right? Isn't that how it goes? There we go. Okay, so that's the coloring on those. And if you don't have your Stampin' Blends, you can use anything you want to color it, or you could just leave it as a line image as well. There's no rules, right? It's whatever we want. The rule is that we make the rules, and we change the rules when we don't have all the things. But then we put all the things on the wish list so that we can have all the things down the road. Speaking of all the things, I mentioned that the new Fall Mini is now available for demonstrators. So if you just don't want to wait because, there's always the risk that things are going to sell out, or you just, you want it all now, the easiest way to get them is to join my team and become a demonstrator. And then you can have early access as well. And you can go to special crafting parties, Stampin' Up! Crafting parties, and be part of an awesome community of people that just love to craft and love to hang out with others who like to craft. Okay, now because this is an angle, the borders on this outside piece are not all identical in size. So you will see a little bit of difference in the amount of space on the sides versus the top and bottom, but it all comes together for a nice look in the end. Oh, and this is going to go on the front, and it's pretty straightforward. Once you get your cuts done, you can see how it assembles. So the tricky part here is seeing where the edge of the copper clay is, because it's copper clay sitting on top of copper clay. But there we go. Okay. And then this piece, so you're going to put your glue on the back of this piece. And I'm going to show you a little trick about setting it down. So you want to kind of get it in place. Just going to kind of set it here, but I still have my finger on it-ish, because what I want to do is pull it. Oh, it's very sticky all over already. I want this. I don't want the white to show. Why is it? Oh, so sticky. I'm gonna put a little more glue on there so it's got something to slide with. Okay. That's very super sticky. Super sticky. So I'm just gonna get this. You want your blue kind of lined up, which will give you an even border of the copper clay. So I got a little bit of glue on my fingers there. So okay. You probably couldn't see me do that too well, but I just placed that right against the edge. So still opens, but then it's just copper clay and Night of Navy there. There's no actual white showing when the card is closed. Okay. And then this is going to go on here. Now, obviously, we only want to put, I put this on with dimensionals, and we only want them on this bottom half. You have this perfect guide here, because if you use the Stampin' Blends, you can see where the ink is, and then you just want to be in that bottom section. So I'm just going to come right across here. I think I'm going to be super generous with these and put 4 on. Well, and then I'm gonna put a few more on here. And right down the middle there. So we have lots and lots of dimensionals on here, I realize that, but it is a little bit of a moving part with the top just kind of dangling, so just go a little generous on the dimensionals so that you're certain it'll stay sticky. It probably would, but you know, sometimes I just want to be sure. And I'm just going to center that about there. I might need to go over just a smidge. That looks like it's a little smidge far. That's too far left, too far right, a little further left. Like, wasn't that a I Love Lucy show where she had Ricky moving the couch? No, not there. No, over here. Maybe over there. Let's try again. Okay, you just want to double check. You can see that I don't have any dimensionals on this part, so that's a good thing. Okay, and then I have the bordered ribbon in the peach pie. So this ribbon is available in all the 2024 to 2026 in colors. But as I say, you don't need to have this in your stash. I will send you this bow and I will even tie it for you. So you don't have to worry about having the ribbon, but if you do, then you know how lovely it is. Just a haircut there. This side. Oh, that's gonna go right down on the bottom. Again, the best way to attach your bow is with glue dots. So I'm going to just pull this up a little bit. So press your ribbon down onto the glue dot, pull that off. And I tend to go sort of one edge. I don't know if you can see them. Can you see the shiny bits there? Oh, I look a little frozen. Oh, sorry, hard to see, but there's a couple glue dots right there. I'm just going to put that right at the bottom there. And then I'm going to come in with my gems one last time. And this time I'm going to use the copper clay. There we go. And there's card number 3. Okay, so here comes my cat again. We're not really trying to show you off there, Mr. Felix. Keep going, keep going. Okay, so these up here. Over a smidge. So there you go. Okay, now I am going to come back in here, but I have stuff all over this. Oh, I can probably do this. I think we're good. I can work this out. Okay. Bring me back in. There we go. So those are the 3 cards that I have for you. I hope that you like them. I hope that you find them of interest, whether you recreate them using things from your stash or whether you want to get my kit sent to you. The kit will come with all the pieces, the die cuts and that you need that are not part of the Country Flowers bundle will be included. The Country Flowers stamps and die cuts will not, but I will send you cardstock to do those. So you'll have all the cardstock that you need and all the designer series paper to recreate these. And you can have all of that plus a written PDF tutorial sent to you absolutely free of charge just by placing a $35 minimum order in my online store using my current host code. You have until next Tuesday. So today's Wednesday, so you have a full week to place that order. Next Tuesday, well, just try and look in the calendar here. Gosh, I should have looked at the actual date, but I didn't do that. The 13th, right? 8. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Today's 7, right? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes, till the 13th, August 13th. I'll be fine. To place your order, and then I will send that to you. If your order is over $60, I will also include a free full package of the gems that we use today. So you'll have those. The peach pie ribbon will be included in your kit, so you don't need to worry about that. I will send that to you, and I'll even tie your bow. Okay, thank you so much for joining me today. And if you are interested, you have any questions at all, just let me know. I'd be happy to help you. If you have questions about what you might like to order or anything along those lines, I'm here to help you with that as well. And if you want to just try these cards, you have this video. Go back, watch it again as many times as you wish. And happy crafting. Take care, everyone. I hope to see you all again really soon. Bye for now.